Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Tomica Hyper Series review for you today. This is the Hyper Rescue Zero. And basically this is kind of the main fire truck for the fire department division of the Hyper Rescue line. As I described before in the review I did for White Hope, there's kind of an ambulance division, a fire department division, and a police division. And this kind of is the main fire truck for the fire division. So as you can see here, it shows some of the features here. It is compatible with the SoundLink cars, and how that works, we'll get into it, but there's a pin system. The different cars connect with it and make different sounds, and then it can kind of launch it down here as it shows. It does come with this one SoundLink car. It's kind of a little tread robot kind of car. We'll take a look at that as well. But here you can see it's just a picture of the engine here on the top. On the bottom, it does show the engine, and it shows some of the other things in the line. There's kind of there's 3 cars, only 1 and 2 are shown here, but they are compatible, and they can merge with him, and we'll take a look at that in their respective reviews. And then there's a couple sets of the additional figures, and then these are the SoundLink cars. You can see there's a fire engine, a helicopter, 2 kind of support vehicles, like an ambulance, so it is kind of weird that there's an ambulance kind of in the fire line, but so be it. They are additional cars that are available. In the side, and I'm sorry that I can't really get this in the shot that well, but I'll see if I can move this back. And that's going to send the camera all wonky. But this is just kind of a group shot with the main car in the front, the 1 and the 2 support vehicles, and then the figures and the additional cars here. And again, it just kind of shows them on the side. And this side shows this car, or I should say this truck, combined with the first support vehicle. And then also you can see it combined with the second support vehicle there. Taking a look on the back of the packaging here, really shows off all the cool features that this thing has. Here are the 5 sound vehicles that can link into this. Then it shows you kind of opened up in kind of the quote-unquote base mode. And then again, it shows combined with the 2 support vehicles. So when I get the 2 support vehicles, I do have the second one. I do not have the first one yet, but when I review this, I'll show you how they combined. For today, we'll just take a look at the main truck itself. So we'll go ahead, we'll get out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here is the Hyper Rescue Zero. I've completely assembled it and applied all the stickers. There's not a lot to assemble as far as, I think these ramps, this wall here, this red plastic wall, and the second one back here get put on. Everything else pretty much already comes applied. These are 2 accessories that you can remove. This is just kind of like a little searchlight, and then this is just a generic water cannon. You can see the clip here just plugs into this clip here on the top, clips right in there, and then the searchlight just pegs into this little peg hole up top there. So that's that. The weird sound that you're hearing is the little car that he comes with. You can put them in there if you like. These just flip down. This one is stationary, but this one flips down, and then obviously it's like a little ramp, and then you can flip it back up. Taking a look at this little guy. He's just kind of like to me it looks like a little robot. Like, I don't know if these are supposed to look like eyes, but they just do to me. You can see he's got a fair amount of stickers applied to him as well. Here is the pin system for the link, which I'll show you in a minute. It's kind of a bummer that this is as much as the hands do. I didn't expect both of these to be points of articulation, but I don't know, maybe if it just had one little bend would have been fantastic, but I can understand. This comes out, and he can kind of like rescue a little figure. So this guy, I just want to be clear, this does not come with this set. This is from something else, but I wanted to show off how this works. So you just put him in here like this, and you can see the little tab right here just goes in between his legs just to keep him in place. Very simple. And then he can kind of slide back in there. So he can kind of like go out into the field and rescue any victims and pop them in there. So I think that's really neat. I like that a lot. But yeah, he's just a fun little rescue robot. Like I said, you can put this down and he can just kind of go up in here, and then you can close it up. Yeah, if you have any other cars, I mean, it's a pretty large area, so any kind of cars. I even tried it with, I don't have it handy right now, but I tried it with Legends Class Bumblebee. I just reviewed from Titan's Return. He fits right in there, no problem. So you could even have some Transformers going here if you like. The main focus of this, and I'm going to show you in here real quick. Right in here you can see there's a screw, and this is a battery panel. So, and I'll remove this just so you can see it. These literally just peg in. You can see the peg here and the peg here. And that just pegs into these. There's a peg hole right there and right there. So you can see this is a screw, and this whole thing is a battery cover. 3 AAA batteries go in there. And then you just peg that right back in, no problem. So when you turn it on, underneath here, there's an on and off switch. So you can see the 2 lights are right here in the sirens, and it does make sound as well. The speaker is over here on the back. So the first thing you can do is this little ramp folds down and then folds out like that. And then you can turn this. And then this lifts up like that and just kind of hangs back there. And you can see there are a couple stickers in here. And then this is where the link system takes place right here. So that's where the pin system goes. So if you drive this guy up, he goes here, and then you push it down. So you can see it said the name of the robo, and then it said ride on. And then what you can do is pull this down like this, rotate it back 90 degrees. Press this little button right here. And what that does is pops this up, and then this little ramp will come down. And then you press this gray button back here. And as you can see, that deploys out here out the front. So I'm going to do that one more time. So I love that. I think that's really cool that you can just push that back down and pop that right back in to close it back up. It's going to work with any cars that you have. They don't have to be the SoundLink cars, but the SoundLink ones are the only ones that are going to work with the pin system. But you could just put the car in like this and not push it down and still close this. Still pop this up. And you could still launch the car like that. So you don't have to push a car down with the SoundLink, but if you have one that's compatible, then of course you can use that. So for the time being, I'm just going to turn this back off just so I don't accidentally set anything off while we're checking out some of the other features. But that's kind of the main feature here. Another thing you can do is you can see right here is a big canopy. Again, we have another one of these gray tabs, so you can just go ahead and put the figure right in there and then just close it up, and then he's riding inside. I think the look at that's very cool. The other cool thing that you can do, if you come around to the other side, you can see this button here. If you press that, this actually can slide out. And how it works is that's how it combines with those other support vehicles that I showed you. Each one has kind of a trailer in the core of it. And you can sit them here. So you can put 1 and 2 here. You could even take these off. Both of these can come completely off. And you could sit a third one here if you want. You can actually also take off the main section of the Great Ambulance and sit that here if you'd like. So there's lots of combination possibilities. And when I start to review the other toys, I'll always bring this back in and show you the combinations. But then you can push this in and slide it back closed. There's also some connections here on the back so you can connect some things to the back of it. So there's a lot of play possibility the more of these that you get. And then these pieces just clip right back in, no problem. Taking a look at the back, just the stickers. These are all stickers that you have to apply. But I think it's really fun. I love the playability with this thing. I mean, even on its own, you have the ability to open this up. You can open this up and then fold this down. You can even pop this open to deploy some more cars that way. So just by itself, you have a lot of playability here. You have two areas that you can store cars. You can turn this around to deploy out the front. You have the gun and the searchlight here. You have a figure that can ride in the cockpit. Plus you can put a figure inside here for the robot. The more different cars you have, the more sounds you're going to get out of this. And then you also have the ability to pop this out and add bays to it. You can add the Great Ambulance section. And then you can see that there's clips here on the top. So if you want to move this around and clip this back here, you certainly can. And the other accessories that are going to be available in the line, there are accessories that come with the figure packs. There are accessories with other vehicles. Anything that has or uses that clip, you can move around. You can see there's peg holes on the side. That's for the combination with the other support vehicles. There's just a lot of stuff built into this. This is, like I said, this is why this is kind of the core truck for the fire division, because all the other fire support vehicles can interact with this in some way, and I think that's really cool. I love all the different playability options that this has. I mean, it's still a lot of fun on its own, but there is a ton you can do adding on to this if you purchase the other things. Now, you do have to buy more to get more, but if you're someone like me who loves a kind of meta system like that, where you start off with a base and the more you add to it, the more fun you can get out of it, then this is definitely a line for you, because that is something that I absolutely love to do, and I think it's really a lot of fun. So I really like this toy a lot. I got it on Amazon Japan. Sometimes you run into problems with them where they won't always ship to the US. Certain things they will, certain things they won't. So you just kind of have to go on there and try. But luckily enough, I was able to get a large order of Tomica stuff. And this guy was around, I think it was after the yen conversion, was about $27 before shipping. And I think that's really worth it in my opinion. It's got lights and sounds. It's got the ability to work with several different cars with the pin system. It has the ability to add to it if you buy other components. And I just think it's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know. The only thing I would probably add to it is it would have been nice if it came with one of its own figures. Oops, I apologize for dropping that. Just to give you one figure just to ride in the cockpit, I think would have been fun. But I completely understand. They already gave you the little robot, and I do love the little robot. I think he's fantastic. Now, if you have other toys that use the pin system, you can take that robot and use them with the other toys. For example, the Sonic Arrow that I reviewed as part of the Sonic Arrow and Sonic Breaker Gatai set, that had a pin system. So you could take this robot over to that set. It's going to give you the same sounds that you get out of this one, so they're not new or different, but you can use that toy with the other toy. So there's all kinds of playability and different combinations you can get. I mean, like I said, it is the same sound, so I didn't really feel the need to show it to you guys, but it's neat that you can take all these toys and play with them all together, and I really think that's a fun part of the line. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinions, and please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Hyper Rescue Zero from the Tomica Hyper series, and as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.